popular restaurant with 6 locations around the valley sees one of them nearly shut down.
And when 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears arrived for Dirty Dining, she discovered them operating in the midst of an imminent health hazard.
You've got to appreciate the irony here. A lineup of toilets right outside Las Pupusas on Eastern and Tropicana. The commodes are a commodity for the liquidator next door. The restaurant got in trouble with the health district on December 31st for its bathrooms being out of order. And though they were fixed, the health district gave Las Pupusas a 39 demerit C grade. But after inspectors left, the problem came back.
Bathrooms are out of order, cash only.
Lack of adequate employee toilets is considered an imminent health hazard. That requires Las Pupusas to close and notify the health district. But we found it was business as usual. When employees saw our camera, though, they immediately called the owner, Luis Martinez.
According to the sign on your door, the bathrooms are still not working. What's up with that?
He says the problem stems from shared plumbing with a neighboring store, which they can't control. And he tried to say that that was the only issue behind that 39 demerit C grade on December 31st.
That was definitely one of the issues, but of course quite a few of the other demerits came from conditions in the kitchen, from expired food to excessive grease to food left out.
He says the health inspector caught his staff off guard. One of their critical violations had to do with food held for too long at room temperature. Food at room temperature has to be thrown out after 4 hours due to potential bacterial growth. Martinez says his staff was going to do that since they planned to close that day at 1 p.m., but that's not what inspectors saw.
They actually said that instead of throwing stuff away that had reached the end of its limit to be out at room temperature, they just relabeled it for another 4 hours until 5 o'clock. So why would they have done that if you were going to close at 1? They panicked due to a language barrier? Okay. So that's why they wrote new labels?
He also blamed labeling for expired food, 11-day-old shrimp broth and 9-day-old tamales. He claims the labels were old, not the food. Inspectors also saw a large fly in the kitchen land on the syrup dispenser spout. Cook line equipment, floors, and walls were dirty with excessive grease and old food, and they were preparing horchata in the 3-compartment sink next to dirty dishes. The owner had a label for that as well.
Bad luck, yeah. Why wasn't there somebody in charge at the time? Because you guys know there always has to be someone in charge on premises.
Martinez says they'd adjusted shifts around the holidays and that it was all a series of misunderstandings.
You're sorry for the errors and miscommunications and it won't happen again?
He added that Las Pupusas always cooks everything fresh and takes food safety seriously, which is why he believes their 6 locations have been so successful for so long. They were re-inspected January 8th and got a 3 demerit A grade. Thai Original Barbecue on Jones and Flamingo was shut down January 3rd due to unsanitary conditions. The whole place was essentially a grease trap. Inspectors found a 2-foot deep by 2-foot wide trench had been dug into the ground in the kitchen and covered with dirty, greasy plywood. Grease was also overflowing into the sanitary sewer. Thai Original Barbecue did not return a call for comment and is still closed. There were 3 other closures: a food truck from repeat offender Kenya's Catering, Don Chewy Mexican Grill on Jones and Arby, and Chamango Mexican Snacks, which was shut down at First Friday. Details and pictures at ktnv.com. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.